This is a Valiant Star podcast. Enjoy. Hello, beautiful nerds, and welcome to our 2-year anniversary special. Today we have our interview style episode with me and Patty. And without further ado, I'll just pass the mic to myself. Yeah, it's a special, it's a interview special, as you can see from the title. Much smaller crew. It's just me and Patty and Tones here.
Hi.
We're gonna essentially, this is gonna be the first one we record, so we're gonna see how this one goes.
We're the guinea pigs.
Yeah, Tones, do you kind of want to explain how we came to this thing? Oh, by the way, we recorded this about a month ahead. This is gonna be around our 1-year anniversary. That's what we're doing this for. 2-year anniversary.
This idea has been in the works, I think, since, I wouldn't say the very beginning, but very close in. I would say about 20 episodes in, we had this idea where we would sit down either one-on-one or all of us, and we do interviews with each other. And we thought, since, second year is coming around, this is the perfect time to do the interviews and just let you guys just know a little bit more about us.
I feel like
time.
I feel like the precursor was like the Thanksgiving episode, because it was more like the chill episode. There's nothing else to it, and we were just asking us questions and talking about ourselves. So it's more of a personalized, like, stamp to our name or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and we picked out several questions. So each interview will be a little different. This interview is between me and Patty, with Tones here to moderate and just keep track of time.
All right then. So first question we have here is, what is your guys' earliest memory?
All right, Patty, you want to go or you want me to
go?
go?
You can go.
All right, I thought about this. This is the story I tell, but I thought about this when I was talking to Tones today. So I've mentioned this in the previous episodes of the podcast, but coming from Mexico to the United States was sort of where my brain clicked. Like, I remember some things from Mexico, but not like experiences or anything like that. And so I remember we were heading to the apartment where Carlos was my cousin who's been on the podcast before. And we lived with him and my grandma and everything like that. But I remember there was like a bump and like leading into the speed bump kind of thing. And the way I tell the story is like, as soon as we hit the bump and it goes down, that's when my brain clicked. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm thinking now.
I am now perceiving the world. Hello. I arrived.
I'm sure there's other things that like happen, but like that's the only thing that like clicks in my head. And it's kind of sad because like I was 4 at the time, and I'm like, I kind of want to know. I've asked questions before about like I was gonna say my origin story, but like
my origin story.
Where I come from, and I know of it, and like I know experience and things, but like just like trying to remember things is a little bit wonky for me. That's the only thing that I like, the funny bit, I guess you can say, that clicks with me.
Have you ever been back to Mexico?
I have not. I've been in video calls with family. Yeah, I had I don't know if I'll cut this out if I need to, but I had an ex-girlfriend who went to Mexico, and she met my family, but by accident. I told her where they were, but she was like somehow already near there, and she went because my family over there owns a pharmacy, like right next to the house, and right next to the house next to the pharmacy, funny. There's my dad's pizzeria. But like she just walked in there. It's like, oh hey, look! We were on FaceTime. I was like, oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. I like it's
so funny.
Normally when like you get calls like family like outside, I get really nervous because I'm like, I don't know who anybody is, because everybody's like, I held you when you were little. I'm like, I don't remember, and I feel bad. I don't remember. That. And like seeing when she flipped the phone, she was like, oh hi, I was gonna say my name, and I was like, you know who I am already. Yeah. But I mean, I've talked to them before, but it's just that one time when she flipped the phone, I was like, oh, I was not expecting that conversation.
That's so funny.
All right. What about you, Patty?
I don't know if there's anything. It's not like anything like a specific.
So the Big
moment,
Boom
but that
happened.
just yeah. So the Big Bang happened and the universe.
That's
was
what I
created.
meant.
I was there. Yeah, it was crazy. No, actually, it's probably from. So I mean, also you kind of moved when I was a kid, but it was literally like the town over. It's not quite, crossing one country to another.
Yeah.
But I remember we moved when I was like 5, maybe 4.
Yeah, it was about the same time with me.
But I just remembered. Shit, you can cut this out. But I used to live in.
I'll blur it out. It's fine.
Yeah, when we were there, we lived like literally. You would walk out the front door, and it was like 3 houses down, and they were at the beach.
Oh, okay.
So we were really close to the water. So I just remember like being near the water and like going to the beach, and like the people, because there were like a few other like families on the street. Their kids were like a little bit older than us, but I still remember going to other people's. I don't honestly, who's to say? But I just remember going
Perhaps.
to like other people's houses, just like the other kids on the street.
Oh, but on like like a beach setting. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's hitting a bump in the road. Yours is like a beautiful sunset.
I mean, that town's it's not the greatest. I'll be honest.
No cap.
I look at it, bit of a shithole. Depends on where you are. You're close to the shithole, but not that close, fortunately. But no, yeah. I think that's probably it. Just the beach, which is funny because I fucking hate the beach.
Yeah.
All right. So next question then. Why do you guys enjoy doing the podcast?
I'll let you go first. Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, I want you to go first. 'Cause, yeah. We'll alternate or something. I don't know.
Honestly, I like it because I get to be extreme. If you couldn't tell from my everything, I'm a very opinionated person. Well, I would, most people would call me opinionated. I would say I'm factual because I'm just right. And it's really fun to just say things and I can just say, I'm right, you're wrong. And then that's the end of it. And it's great. It's just so much fun, especially when we do. I think 2 of my favorite episodes are the 2 tier list episodes because I was the one controlling it. So I was like, this is going here and I'm not going to take any other questions. And we move on. Honestly, that's a lot of fun. And just like, I don't know, just talking in general.
I will say, now that I've seen you do the tier list, now I can do them, so,
Well, who's to say?
I mean, I'm sure they can make like a super cut of you saying like, no, you're wrong, or whatever, something like that.
Wrong.
I guess for me, and this goes all the way back to like, I don't know if, Tones, you can unmute yourself for just a second, but do you remember if we talked about like the origin? I'm sure we did.
It was something like you always wanted to do something like this, and like you always try to do it, but like this is what I remember. You always try to do it. You never actually kept up with it, and this is like the first thing you kept up with.
Oh yeah.
That's what I remember talking about with you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll fully go into that, but like I've always had this feeling of like doing projects, and I feel like I get that from my dad a lot because he does a lot, and he's very like. He goes from thing to thing, but like he finishes them. And I'm like me, I go from thing to thing, and I'm like, I could have finished that one thing at the beginning, and I've had like trial runs with things, and like for example, like I remember I did I attempted cosplay like back in 2014, something like that, or 13, or around when Iron Man 3 came out, and then I didn't end up doing it or finishing it. I tried like sculpting and didn't really work, and I guess for a moment it was like, maybe it's not right for me, or maybe I just need more practice, but I was really impatient. And then when it came to this, and this idea is kind of built up for a long time because of me listening to podcasts for like a couple years before we started. And I'm like, that would be really cool to do. I don't know what we do about it, what I would talk about, but that'd be really cool. I don't know, starting it and keeping up with it kind of gave me like a schedule, a thing to do, and somewhat to keep me busy. And it just evolved into like me really enjoying talking about these kinds of things, because I feel like regardless of like having like this platform to talk about things, I feel like I would still like have the time of my life, you know, talking to random people. I can like imagine myself like in like Tone's kind of way, just like serving people food and like, so have you heard about Soul Level? Well, you know, like I'm always that kind of like out there kind of, especially when like in like nerdy topics like this. I am sort of reserved, but like when I get really comfortable, I start talking about things like that. And then if I'm like talking about it for an hour and I'm like, I have to stop and be like, are you, as like to the other person, like, are you okay with this? I feel like I'm talking about why Darth Vader is the greatest villain or whatever, someone like that. Well, like, I don't know, just gave me like a platform to talk about things, but also like a space with people that sometimes share the same sort of thoughts. Sometimes they counter and whatever, but like it's a conversation. I'm like, it's cool, you know. I enjoy doing this kind of thing. Yeah, I think that's it for my response.
All right, getting into a lighter topic. If you had to get a tattoo right now, what would it be? So,
I came with the conclusion. I have no idea. However, I think if I had to get one, it'd have to be like really like sentimental. It can't just be, because I was talking to Tones about this. It can't just be like this crazy like, hey, look, it's the Mandalorian with his, you know, his like IG-11 and Boba Fett next to him, and there's an explosion. And it's cinematic looking, but like to me, it's not like a thing that I would wear on my body. I think something more special would be like something I'd like to do. Maybe like an object that like may possibly belongs to like my family, like or something like that.
What about like the because you said like the Mando, like a big like art piece. What if you just got like the
symbol
that he had on his
See, I thought
shoulder pad?
I told Tones that I'm like, I think I can get away with something like that, because even that's still meaningful to me. Like another thing would be, and it's still keeping in the Star Wars realm. Another thing would be like the binary sunset from A New Hope, though, like the double sunset.
Yeah,
I really like that scene a lot, because of literally just like a kid looking out to the stars, and that's like my whole vibe. It's just like being like this dreamer kind of guy, and I think that might be the like a good mix of meaningful and good mix of like pop culture that I would get, you know. What about you?
I don't know. There's a few that come to mind. The first one is it's from Borderlands. It's the symbol of the vault.
It's hate Kevin Hart.
I do hate Kevin Hart. Kind of cringe, but I mean, it's just, you know, it's like really simple. It's literally just a circle with an upside down V in it, and that's it.
Can you send the picture? Or I was gonna say GIF, but that's probably not a GIF.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's not very complex at all.
No, that's literally the way you described it.
Yeah, it's, you know, it is how it is. It's literally, it's a circle with an upside down V in it.
Yeah,
that's literally it. But I mean, just like the Borderlands games, they're probably some of my favorite. Actually, I would just say that they are my favorite. So that would be one. I don't know, maybe that's just it. Because I don't really like, if I were to get a tattoo, I wouldn't want like the big giant like art
cinematic
piece.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would want something that's like a more simple design. You know, like the symbol of the vault, or like, you know, like with that the sunset one. You know, I would probably just get like literally just like the two circles.
Yeah.
With like, you know,
oh, now I'm thinking about
horizon, you know?
Now I'm thinking about it. This is gonna make me act up.
Or, you know, instead of like, you know, as you said, Mando, you get the mark that he had on his shoulder from when he killed that one
Mudhorn.
Mudhorn.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you never know. Maybe sunset on one shoulder. Things. Maybe it's the Mudhorn on the other.
Yeah, something like that. Something like short. Not like short, but something like small.
Yeah, it's small in detail.
Like, yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty good.
All right. Now, describe yourself in 3 words. And then also, what would those 3 words be if your friend said them.
Oh boy, I gotta start on this one, huh?
Yeah.
If you were to describe myself, opinionated,
Hmm.
correct. What's the third one? Damn, that's really all I got. I'll go with loud.
Okay. Okay.
Loud. How would my friends describe it? Probably just like wrong most of the time. But that's what they think. I mean, you're wrong, but it's whatever. Move on with it. Asshole. That's one.
I was gonna say your words, not ours, but it really is our words.
It is your words. What's the third one? Wait, damn, what's the third word?
Loud would be a good. No, I'm kidding.
Loud again, baby.
I would say also a hype man in a way. I don't know if that's a way to describe, but like, you know, we say something, you're like, yeah, what up?
Yeah, I get a hype man. That can be one.
I
word.
feel like you almost did it just now.
Never, I would never do.
It's okay. Me, huh? I would describe myself. I think, obviously, like with the whole binary sunset, I think one word there would be dreamer, kind. But I don't like using that for myself, but I think I do rub that off on people. I don't know if that's the correct term.
I would say that, yeah.
Oblivious. How would my friends describe me? I think, well, if you go around with the podcast thing, I would say hardworking, because I do constantly work on ways to evolve the podcast.
As your friend Dan, I would definitely say panicky.
Ah, cool. That's a good one.
I've watched you play a lot of Valorant, Dan. Panic from time to time.
Yeah, panic, anxious. Yeah, something like that. I was also gonna revolve around to like maybe something around, yeah, someone like me being in game, being like kind of a little bit not toxic necessarily, but like.
Oh, dude, that would be me.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I just because in a way I am kind of loud when I'm playing, because like I'm just I would say focused. Actually, I would say focused in a good way or in a bad way. Take it or leave it. I think that's it. For that question.
All right then. What is the theme song of your life?
This is me answering.
Yeah.
Cool. Why did I not look? I'll look through my playlist, but
I already know what this is. As soon as I saw it, I was like, we're doing that one.
I don't remember how to say his name.
I'm gonna spell it out.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in chat. Yeah. If I ask Brandon, he's gonna tell me. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Lecrae? Yeah, Lecrae.
Something like that. I don't know.
Well, so he did the part of the soundtrack of Miles Morales, of the PS5 game, and he did a song called "This Is My Time," and it's like there's so much hype in it, and it's like so much like I'll put it in here, but it's just so much like
I was just gonna,
kind of rising as a.
Oh, I think I have
this. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I put it in here, but it's just like this is kind of it's like. This is my time in this is my moment to sort of shine and kind of keep going into the fight or whatever. But like it's a really nice song.
You sent us this video, the one of the guy.
Oh, I did, yeah. I love this song so much.
Swinging around, what's it called? Whatever city.
And Miles Morales. Yeah.
Game. It is a very good song.
Yeah, I'm curious what yours is, because you were really prepared. What is?
I might, you might have heard this. But it's the Rolling Stones' Sympathy for the Devil. I can't lie. I enjoy playing a villain. It's a lot of fun to just be a dick. It's so much fun. Everyone should try it at least once,
Come on.
It's a great time, I'm telling you. It's phenomenal. It's that song, I mean the song is just about like, it's technically like being sung from like by the devil.
Yeah.
And it's just like if he's done a lot of shitty things. But like come on, he's not.
Come on.
Come on. Not that bad. Like, what the hell? Like, show a little sympathy, okay? Come on.
Hey Tone, should we promote the playlists here? Now that we're at a good point where we have those songs are technically part of our playlist.
Yeah, why not?
All right, cool. Well, not really taking an ad break necessarily, but like with with what we just described, those two songs that we said, they are technically part of our, I guess, avatars. You want to call them? The like sort of characters. Yeah, I mean they're hopefully your character and Lenny's character should be all set and ready by the time this is out. I got to talk to the artist, but obviously for mine it's the alien dude. Again, much like me, is a little bit of a dreamer, kind of like looks to the stars, and so that song is part of that playlist, and we'll put the links and everything for those playlists, those two playlists, me and Patty's character, in the description. Do you want to explain what yours kind of is, Patty? Even though we don't have a finalized like look.
Oh well, so my character, she was like.
Obviously, don't get too much into it. Just
not too much detail, but like for a majority of her life, which is a very long life, she basically played like the villain. And yeah. Now, in the story of in our story, she's like trying to like turn it around and like do some good in the world. I guess it's the best way to describe it. Turning over a new leaf.
Yeah, so both of those playlists will be in the description below. It's a Spotify playlist, so roughly an hour each, or something like that.
I think mine is.
Yeah,
it might be a bit more.
Oh well, dude, we gotta shorten yours a little bit.
Oh, what?
Well, we'll do that. We'll do that after.
My playlist is like 4 hours.
Yeah, we'll do. It was 4:20 at one point, but we'll do that later. All right, next question.
4:20 with 69 songs. I'm just saying.
There you go.
Next question. If you could play a scene in a movie, what would it be, and which character would you play?
This is your question. Oh, you start with the question, my bad. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. So this is hard, because I thought of a scene that I would want to be in, but I literally wouldn't want to replace any character.
Any character?
I wouldn't, no. I would want to be in the original Independence Day, when
good pick.
Will Smith and... I'm forgetting his name, and I'm mad that I'm forgetting his name because I shouldn't be forgetting his name. God damn it!
Well, let's look a little. Let's look.
I'm stupid. Jeff Goldblum. There we go.
Oh,
Jesus
wow.
Christ!
I was trying to think who it was too.
Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum. They like get into the alien ship that they've captured, and they fly it into like the alien mothership, and they're just sitting there inside the alien mothership that has been decimating Earth. They just, as they're about to like nuke everything, they're just sitting there like laughing, shooting the shit with a couple of fucking cigars that they brought with them. And it's just the most like, they're just having the most casual conversation in one of the most batshit crazy scenarios that these two could have been in. And it's just fucking hilarious. And it is such a great scene. I would just love to be there with them. That would be fucking hilarious.
Also, not replace either one.
I couldn't replace either of them there. I couldn't do it.
See, I don't know. I'm a very big movie guy, but like, I don't know. I gotta look at my. Wait, can it be animated? Or is that live action? I don't know if we went through that.
Just seen in a movie.
I think I'll probably want to do one of like the Guardians. The like the escape from
replacing.
I want to say Peter Quill, but at the same time, like,
damn.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
tough.
like, music.
Chris Pratt
right?
is the most replaceable.
But like the prison escape, where they just like has the Pina Colada song, and he's just fighting his way through it. Yeah, the guards.
This question was hard for me because it was either Independence Day 1, where I couldn't bring myself to replace anyone. And my other option was be in one of the Ocean's movies, 11, 13, and 12, and just replace fucking,
Danny Ocean.
Danny Ocean.
Yeah.
But I can't pick a scene from any of those movies, so it's like I either do a whole movie or I don't replace anybody. So that's as close as I can get to answering that.
I mean, I had a backup. I was like, if not that one, maybe like a Bumblebee. The the recent Bumblebee. When
Yeah. Actually, I would be
not replacing Bumblebee.
I would replace Barry B. Benson in the "Do You Like Jazz" scene. I would be that.
Okay,
That's it.
oh
I
yeah,
want to say
animated.
"You Like Jazz."
It's if I can make a video out of this, I'll put the B movie in the background while you see. I don't know, something like where she's hanging out with B or something with Bumblebee. I don't know, maybe like the first time they interact. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I think that's it for that question.
All right. What is the most overrated holiday?
Boom. You looking for this? All right, my bad. Yeah, you have your answer, but I gotta start with this one. So I
forgot what my answer was.
I know. Tones and I remember. If you forgot, probably Cinco de Mayo. I'm not gonna lie. I just thought about that. Cause I was gonna say like, what's the thing where people drink the most? I was like, oh yeah, the holiday that it's like, oh it's a Mexican holiday. We're like, I don't celebrate it.
Actually, I've got a new answer. I'm gonna stick with you, Dan.
I think I know what your answer is.
I got a new one.
But like, I don't know. It's just like it's just an excuse to. I mean, a lot of holidays are an excuse to drink, but like that one in particular kind of bothers me the most. So I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's someone that came up to me one day.
Because it's like a made-up Spanish holiday.
Yeah, I mean, it's real, but like people believe it's the Independence Day of Mexico. I'm like, that's not the month. That's you're off by like a couple months. You know. It's
do they celebrate that like Cinco de Mayo? Do they celebrate it in
Mexico? In
Mexico.
Hell no. If anything, they celebrate it in like the similar like style here where it's a drink, but like even then we kind of don't even do that like that.
Our Independence drinking holidays here. We really do. We got too many.
Mexico's Independence Day is in September. It's like the
not even
16th. Yeah, it's the 16th. Okay, I just have to look it up real quick.
That's literally the opposite.
Not, they're so off too.
What the fuck?
All right, I know what it is.
Most overrated holiday. St. Patrick's Day. I hate it. Not just because my name is Patrick and I had to deal with that shit forever.
Oh yeah.
I am also Irish and I have been to Ireland. They might celebrate it, but like most people over there don't give a shit if they do. Because the stuff that you do on like St. Patrick's Day, they just do that over there just every day. That's just normal life over there. Nothing changes. So it's another holiday that exists purely for people to drink.
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember this one time at St. Patrick's Day. I think I was like in the downtown area for some reason. I don't remember why, but like maybe it's because I was getting food with the family, and like I just saw like people walking about with like green beads or like the necklace and it's the green hand. I'm like, you're making a fool out of yourselves.
Yeah, it's not. I think they do some things, but like not really. They don't do much anything. It's not like it is over here with these big massive parties. Nobody's doing that over there. It's just not happening. So it's just it's just a trash holiday. Can we just stop? Let's just not do it, you know?
I think
it's not too far away. I'm just saying we should just stop. It's coming up. Let's not do it. You know?
You might call this cringe what I'm sending, but like it's probably my favorite thing that has come out of Cinco de Mayo. And it's literally a picture of mayonnaise inside a sink. And it says Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Oh my God. You know what's the most egregious shit I've seen for St. Patrick's Day? I don't remember what city it is, but I think it's in either Philadelphia or Pittsburgh, where they literally dye a river in the city green.
What?
Yeah, hold on. Let me look that up.
Oh, that's so not necessarily terrifying, but like that's abnormal. What?
Here it is.
Like I've heard of dyeing pancakes green for...
Oh, no, it's not. It's Chicago. In Chicago, they dye whatever river this is. Oh, it's just called the
Chicago River. Yeah.
Yeah, they dye it green. And it's just like, You fucking freaks! What are you doing?
What are you doing?
That is probably your drinking water right there.
Oh man. Enough of holidays.
Fuck holidays.
We're gonna get into the tangent.
All right. Next question then. What is your biggest fear?
Oh god.
This is. Yeah, I was gonna say this is you, isn't it?
Shit. I don't know if I have like a biggest fear, like just one in particular. But one thing is like leaving a bad example for someone.
Oh.
Because I don't know if like I want to do teaching or like coaching or anything like that, but I have, or like, you know, there have been like some teachers who have just left like shit impressions on me, and there are some teachers that have left like really, really good impressions on me. And as someone who is, you know, I did for like a period of time, I coached a like amateur like Overwatch team, and that was like one thing that I cared a lot about, was like just like treating people with respect, because I didn't want to like leave them with a bad impression of me, that like I was a shitty person. That was something like I always like I wanted to avoid doing. So I think like leaving a bad impression is like one of my biggest.
Yeah, I hear you. I'd say for me it's like not necessarily failing, because I feel like that's very general, but like with the good that comes from I'll come back to the podcast, but like the good that comes from the podcast, I also like get like really anxious about things in my life, and I overthink a lot, and I again, I don't know if I'm gonna cut this bit out, but like I was at the restaurant the other day. You guys saw the message I sent, I assume, but like I was like, yo, this pretty girl that came in. She had a Star Wars shirt on. And like I was overthinking that situation so much, and I gave her the food. I saw her jacket or hoodie, whatever it was, and then you know, she left, and I came back, and like we finished all the orders, and I like sat down next to my mom. I was like, I could have handled that situation differently, couldn't I? Because like I could have been like, your hoodie, that's really nice. I like Star Wars too. What's good, you know, some of that. But like, I just overthink too much to the point that it just becomes really sort of toxic for me, and I'm like afraid of like failing at to any level, like or just failing others. I feel, because I don't like, kind of like what yours is, kind of like not leaving a bad taste or a bad impression, anything like that. I'm just generally sort of afraid of like, I'll just say like an example, like my parents or my brother. Like I don't want to like feel like I am doing something, and then I just kind of overthink too much, and then it just feels like I'm not doing it correctly, or I'm like gonna fail, that they're gonna look at me and be like, or they're not gonna say anything bad, but it just feels like to me they might, because you know, family's not gonna do that like that.
No.
They're not do me dirty. Yeah, but something like that. Yeah.
I've got a fun follow-up question that I just thought of. Are there any fears that you've gotten over?
We're talking like, okay.
Any. That's something you used to be for, like, say when you were a kid, you were afraid of something, and now you realize that, like, oh, I didn't need to be afraid of that. Because I've got one.
You go ahead. Let me think.
Right, so when I was a kid in the town that I grew up in, there was like this little county fair. Not county, I think it was a town fair that happened every summer, and they had like these really like dinky kids roller coasters. But I used to be like deathly afraid of them. I don't know why, but I was always terrified of roller coasters. And then in high school, there was a I did like theater.
Kilimanjaro, no.
I don't know, but we got to go on a trip to Disney that you could go on, and I did that, and you know, I was there with some of my friends from theater, and I didn't want to be, you know, the bitch who didn't go on all the roller coasters, and so I was like, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna do it. And it was some of the most fun I've ever had that I didn't think I was gonna have. And so now I absolutely love roller coasters. I just find it just a complete 180. It's just so weird to me.
I kind of hate it because mine's like the bitch answer because I'm like, I don't know, like, I used to be afraid of the...
Most things that you would get over are like, I guess you would say like the bitch thing, like
Well,
heights, a roller coaster.
I'm still afraid of heights, though. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I remember we had a field trip. I forgot what year it was. Well, like it was doing like not rope climbing, but like the whatchamacallit. It was
Rock climbing?
Zip lining. That's what it was. Thank you, Tones. Zip lining. I remember I did that. And this is gonna sound really stupid, but in like my head, like I was took a deep breath, and I was like, "All right, I can do this. I can do this." Like I went through, but I looked down at the same time. I was like, "No shit."
You just hyped yourself up while doing the thing you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And that's the thing I'm not gonna forget as like an experience for that. But like I would like to get over that, but I don't know, like. I think it would take an adventure for me to, like, sort of I guess a spontaneous adventure for me to be like, all right, fine, now I guess I'll go on a roller coaster. But for me, I would say the dark, like, because when I was little, I remember I had I feel like everyone fucking had this already, but like, I had like a nightlight. Yeah, and it was like a Cars branded nightlight. And it had Lightning McQueen, and it was blue. It had, it had like the ka-chow kind of.
Hell yeah, dude.
the catchphrase.
Ka-chow.
And because it was at the same house, the same apartment that I'm in right now, which is not the same room. I moved up to my brother's old room, but back when me and my brother shared the room, I had the nightlight, and it was more like a comfort thing. Like towards the end, I'm like, I don't think I need this, but like, I'm kind of used to it. But like, I just had to have the general fear because I remember I had the moon on the side of the where the window was, and I was afraid of like werewolves. And so like the mood kind of like I remember someone told me like when I was older, they were like, oh yeah, I don't like the moon because it brings bad juju. I'm like, wait, really?
It's like real shit.
Yeah, but like. I kind of slowly got over that. My brother he moved out of the room and he moved into the room that I'm in currently when we were younger. And once he did that, I think I slowly started to get like rid of like, I don't think I need it. But it just became a comfort thing and I just ended up not using it.
It's like you didn't think you needed it, but you didn't know what it would be like without it.
Yeah.
So it's like, shit.
The funny thing is, I was like, with the moon crap and everything, I was like, you know what? I kind of like the moon. And I remember I had like the blinds open one night, and I was like, you're kind of cool. I just fell asleep.
I like this.
Yeah. And another plus was like, there's a river behind my house. It's like ASMR, I guess. So like, it's like, it's just. I opened the window. It's like, like the waves crashing.
Real life ASMR.
Yeah. I had the waves crashing in the background in the back of my apartment. Yeah, the waves crashing in front of yours when you were little. Yeah, I think that's it. You answered your biggest fear. I answered mine. Okay, yeah, we're good.
Now for the final question.
Yes.
Who do you look up to the most?
I've said this to his face. But I look up to my brother a lot. And it was kind of because, like, I saw my brother, like... okay, I don't know if I'm going to cut this bit out, but let's see where this goes. Essentially, like, it's not that my dad was not around like that. Because he's around. But, like, he works a lot. And even now. But, like, I kind of, like, always looked up to my brother as a sort of parental figure as well. Even though like at the time he did like some really crazy things when he was a teenager. By crazy I mean like he dyed his hair, he put in he had an earring, things like that. And the funny thing is I'm like sort of subtly model myself after him. Like I dyed my hair recently. I've had earrings before. And like I look up to him just because like of that like sort of parental figure, sort of the way I see him as. There's a lot of life lessons that he's learned and that he's passed down to me. Like, like don't like things that I did, and like take what I did and kind of learn from them and do what you can with that information. Like, in a way, he's like, let me be your guinea pig kind of thing in terms of life lessons. And yeah, so I just kind of I really admire him, and I like. You can kind of say, I mean, if you meet my brother and everything like that, he kind of reminds me the look specifically of my character, the alien character, and that was really funny when the artist gave me the final render, because I even told him, like, wow, I didn't even give you a picture of me or my brother, but he really looks like my brother. And I'm like, that's kind of poetic. I kind of really like that, because it, again, like, it's just I look up to him like so much. It came out in this kind of way, and I'm like, no, I really like that, And I don't know if he's gonna he's listening to this right now, but like I said, I've said this to your face, and like you've nudged me in a way to learn lessons and things like that, and I thank you for that, and I love you. No cap. Yeah, that's my answer.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, I could go on, but like.
I don't know if there's anybody who I like.
That's it. I don't know if there's anybody who I like.
It's nobody I like. No.
Nah.
Fuck, I don't know. Was this reworded? Because I feel like earlier I read it as like, who's your biggest inspiration?
It could have been like that. You can. I mean, that my answer also fits that question. If you want to answer that one specifically.
I don't know, because I don't know. There's nobody really who like specifically who I
knows like sports celebrity.
Well, I would say there are people who maybe have like just like. I would say there are people who like just inspired me to be better. One of them was, as I mentioned before, I did theater in high school. Was probably the theater teacher, Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Blank. Yeah.
No,
it's okay. No, it's fine. It's okay. I'm just joking around with you.
Oh my god. But yeah, because I think I had a class with him all 4 years of high school. I took the same class.
Oh no shit!
3 years in a row. Yeah, I did intro technical theater my freshman year, and then I did advanced technical theater for the next 3 years.
Oh.
And that was, just like, I don't know, just the way that like he cared about every little detail,
right?
Every set piece, every prop. Like it was like everything mattered to him. Regardless, no matter like what like especially the people who worked on it, like no matter what you did, like he made you feel like you were important, you were a part of the show. Like the show would not have gone on without everybody who was there any day. And I don't know, it's just like really, nice to see.
Yeah, nice
to be a part of. It made you want to do more.
I also had him, but like not to the 4 years. Well, like, yeah, I definitely get what you mean. Like, I guess more on the film side, specifically, because with different parts, but it all kind of overlapped in the same way. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was gonna say you could probably do a teacher, because even before you mentioned like about the fear thing and the teacher side. That's really fitting. Yeah, that's cool. That's it for the questions. Right? Yeah. Any final thoughts, Patty? Woo Warriors.
Yeah, Woo Warriors. Jimmy Woo Gang.
Yeah. I was gonna say we should probably explain that. Yeah, because we reviewed WandaVision yesterday. But that's
technically a month ago.
I was gonna say by the time you hear this, it would have been out. Yeah, it would have been a month.
But when we're recording it, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
We're big Jimmy Woo fans.
This is like a super like interesting kind of style of episode. Not necessarily an episode, really. It was just more like a one-on-one sort of personal conversation, something like that. And yeah, it's an idea that it's been somewhere, like either in the list or just written down somewhere else. we just didn't know how to fit it in. I think this was probably the best time to do it. Obviously, with the characters releasing like the art and everything and the playlist. I think that's also good. Good for that, you know. But yeah, I mean, here's to another year. I mean, we'll probably say the same thing when we do the live stream, which I would say it's gonna be in this week when we release these episodes. But we'll probably make an announcement before that. All right, so thank you for listening to that. It was a bit of a different experience. I hope you guys enjoyed and sort of learned a little bit more about myself and Patty over here.
Hell yeah.
They'll just keep it very short, very brief. It'd be really funny if this was the first experience of the podcast that you listen to. But you know, if that's the case, you know, we do the podcast is literally revolves around all kinds of nerdy stuff from anime, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, video games, stuff like that. And speaking of that, we have a Discord which you can join. We have our social media that will be on the Instagram, Twitter, and I'll say Facebook, but like I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Nerds Be Like Pod, Gmail, we also have that. Again, nerdsbelikePod@gmail.com. Yeah, we've got merch, things we're dropping, designs, new stuff. And yeah, so we'll catch you guys for whenever the next episode is, you know. All right, peace.
Bye.